Hello, everybody. And in today's Small Business Minute, I'd like to talk about perfecting your elevator speech. Now, first off, let's just define what an elevator speech is. It's just basically just a quick pitch. It's a 30 to 60 second speech as far as who it is, what you do, and how we can meet your needs as far as a small business owner. Now, it's just intended to be concise, compelling, and just kind of a brief introduction as far as who it is and what you do. So just a couple pointers here is to start off strong. Your company, you want to get their attention as far as, let's just say, for example, you do a haircut place. Well, we can make you look more beautiful to whoever. And of course, in doing that, be positive and enthusiastic. Don't sound dull. Just kind of make sure you're uppity. Make sure there's a call to action in your characteristics. And, also, I'd say probably in doing the elevator speech, practice makes perfect. Just keep saying it over and over again. Say it in the mirror. Say it to your partner. Say it to whoever that wants to give you feedback. Another good point is make it quick. You never know when and where you're going to see somebody to give somebody an elevator speech. Now, you could be in the actual elevator. It could be at a baseball practice. It could be wherever. And they don't have time to stop everything that they're doing and focus on your problem. So just make it quick, make it concise. Here's my speech. Thank you. God bless, and move on, right? And I'd say probably another good point as far as an elevator speech is try to keep as simple as possible. Now, I know for a lot of y'all out there, you're subject matter experts in your area of expertise, and that's good and that's great. All the verbiage, the 10-syllable words, and that's exciting. But to somebody that doesn't know the aspects that you want to keep it as simple as they can. You use very simple verbiage. Don't use 10-syllable words, and convey the point, because a lot of times people are on the run, and when they don't have time to ask, what does that mean? And what does this mean? And, I need to look up this definition and so forth. You already lost their attention. But of course, you never had their attention to begin with. So, you have to keep it as simple and as straightforward as possible. Lastly, well, I guess not the last, but pretty close to last, is that you want to solve their problem. Now, hopefully in having an elevator speech is that you develop who your target market is. And as far as the target market, what typical problems they have. Let's just say, somebody needs their haircut. Is that you have long hair? You need to look good for a job interview, for this, for that, whatever else. So always convey, it's always good to convey what it is, but also the problem it solves. And then also, in an elevator speech is, you want to invite whoever it is to not only listen, but kind of interact with that as well. So don't just, do verbal throw up on them. Also kind of say, hey, so what do you think of this proposition? What are your ideas on this? And a lot of times, an elevator speech, since it's not it may or may not be an actual elevator. It's just kind of a real quick pitch. Here it is. Here's what I do. And most people, I'd probably say 89% of the time, don't have time for feedback. But you'll plant the seed, so to speak, as far as in their minds, as far as your product. And just kind of keep that in mind whenever doing that, and don't expect a lot of feedback, because people are busy. And I'll kind of give you an example here. So let's just say I'll use my company for example. So we do bookkeeping. So let's just say I see somebody at my kid's soccer practice, at my kids' lessons of whatever it is, and we may be talking, chit-chatting. And you have they're passing ways and bookkeeping, right? So my company's name is Metro Bookkeeping. We solve a lot of problems for small and medium-sized businesses. A lot of people are not familiar with the financial accounting and taxation of their business to get the maximum value. We're small, we're local. You can always get access to me by phone, by text, by email. I'd like to give you my card and come by and check us out and grab a coffee. A call to action. So there's 4 parts to that. There's the introduction. I mentioned who it is, and then next, the problem I solve. That's We make your life easier. We make less taxation, unique value propositions. We're small. We're local. I'm always available. Call to action. Come by. Let's grab a coffee. Come by. Check out my website. Give a card. Things like that. Well, just a little bit about us. Myself and my partner, we have a small bookkeeping, payroll, and taxation business, 15 years of experience. I invite you to check us out, metrobookkeeping.com, Metro Bookkeeping, www.metroacc.com. And as always, like us, love us, and you want some more of us, hit like and subscribe. Until next time.